Hello, everyone. So today's class, we're just going to continue working on our cases, but today it's going to be our neg case. Hopefully everyone did work on their affirmative so we can so I can like review a couple of those and just give you feedback so you can like finalize your affirmative case before we have debates next class, so a class after this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, should I also do the negative one, even though I'm positive?
So no. So everyone's gonna make affirmative and a negative. So you should have like your affirmative case, like maybe like 75% done by today. And then like I'm just gonna go over. Okay, so a couple people turned it in.
Well, I didn't turn mine in yet, even though I finished it, because I was going to turn it in after I finished.
Yeah, no,
negative
that's
case.
cool. That's cool. Is Arohi Das here? Or no?
No,
Okay, I don't think
he's
so.
not.
Okay. Like two people submitted, just like I guess like put it.
But I can send you the link to mine in the chat.
No, that's fine. If you want, you can submit it and then like change it after that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Then I'll submit.
Okay.
I submitted mine.
Okay, cool. Let me refresh. Okay, I got yours. All right, it's pretty good. Oh, damn, you like, okay. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say the word damn, but like it's pretty impressive. I say it's very good. That's pretty cool. Nice. That's good work, Yashmin.
Wait, so can I start working on my negative case?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't here for the past two classes, so can you explain what we're supposed to be doing?
So we're just like for last class and then for now this class we're just gonna be working on our cases. So last class we started on our affirmative case and I put an example of like I gave a topic, it's on the Google Classroom, like all the information you need to kind of make the cases on the Google Classroom. And then like next class basically we're gonna have a full-on debate. So I'm gonna pair up like people's affirmative cases against their negative cases and we're just gonna like I guess like have a debate.
Okay, so should I work on affirmative or negative or either?
I'd say just work on your negative right now. I think a lot of people have already got a significant portion of their affirmative case done. But for like the people who are absent or for the people who like had traveling issues, like I just said, you can use the case I had as your affirmative case. Like if you weren't gonna or if you didn't have the ability to complete the homework. So don't worry about that. Just start on a negative case.
Thank
I posted examples, so just take a look at that. That should like kind of give you a general guideline for the formatting and how it should kind of look. So yeah, just take a look at that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, and it's the same topic as the one I assigned, so. To answer Nitya's question, so the affirmative case is just basically, like the case that you're affirming the resolution or the topic, and then the negative is, like just saying, it's going against the topic, basically. So if you refer to the Google Slides, I introduced the first class. I posted that on the Google Classroom. Should have all the information you need. So just check back on that, and it should like have a like much more in-depth explanation of probably most of the questions you have, because that's like the base level, kind of what you need to know. And same with the researching slide. You should probably take a look at that if you're having trouble with your affirmative and negative case. Oh, okay, for this topic. Okay, so let me explain. Let me pull it up. So the affirmative in this case is just basically saying that the Republic of China ought to prioritize, like just prioritize environmental protection over economic growth. So they should like generally protect their environment, their like well-being, whatever, over economic growth. Because currently China is very geared towards like an economic like approach where a lot of the like all of their policy, international policy, is in, I guess, the spectrum of the economy rather than like environmental issues. So the resolution is just basically like, if you're on the affirmative, you're saying that China ought to prioritize environmental protection over economic growth. And then if you're on the, negative or, like negation, you basically say that they shouldn't do that for like whatever reasons you want to state. Mihika, do you have a question?
Yeah, so for the negative and positive, you posted like on the first page of the example you posted, there's like this little thing. Do we like just copy what you wrote?
What do you mean little thing?
Like so if you go to example you posted
Uh-huh.
on affirmative negative, there's like this thing that says I negate the
Yeah, you should just generally have that. It's just like a formality thing where it's like, I'm proud to negate the resolution. I negate the resolution resolved, like whatever you want to say. It just has to like, it's generally just for the judge. A lot of the parent judges, like I think most judges, like they've only judged maybe 1 to 2 times. And on top of that, like, they don't have a lot of experience. So just tell them what your side you're on. Like, that's basically why it's there. You can like glamour it up by saying like, I'm still proud to, whatever, like in your refutation speeches and whatnot. But it's just generally to like tell the judge what your side you're on, and then like maybe it'll clarify some of your definitions up, like, oh, okay, because I'm negating, my definitions are this instead of my opponent's like affirmative definitions on the same words, etc. So that makes
so
sense.
can you just like do the first part of it?
So generally what I have, let me pull up what I have. Okay, here. So I'm going to my negative case. So you can just say, I negate the resolution, resolve, whatever the resolution is, and then you go into your observation, right? So my observation for this topic is that we're debating about what China should do for their own national interest and the health of their own regime. So anything out of this is inconsistent of the resolution. So, by clarifying that I'm the negative, I can now make this observation because, like most of the times, I think all the times, the affirmative can make an observation stating that, okay, so the debate has to be this, right? The negative is usually what like kind of can like change the observation or kind of like area around the topic. So I clarified I'm the negative, then I can do that. So usually you need to have a value and value criterion. Like this is all like mandatory parts of the debate. The observation and definition section is only if like you think it'll support your argument, whatever you're making, because sometimes certain words like in different topics, like they kind of lean towards one side. So when you find a word and you want to set your own definition for the round that your opponent has to abide to or like challenge your definition, that's why you kind of like have that area. So beyond, like, you should always have some definitions because it helps you as like a whole, but if you don't want it or don't like necessarily understand it, you should definitely like learn that and then kind of like implement that into your case. Yashmin, do you have a question?
2 things to say. First, Ishan.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Yeah,
not here, right?
yeah, he couldn't come because the class was changed to 2 o'clock and it would be like pure midnight at his time. So he just told me to tell you because he's in India right now.
Oh, he's in. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right.
Um, But he would have come if it was what was it? If it was 12 o'clock, but
yeah,
since
it would
12
have been like
it was too
so
late for
it
him
would
to
have been
stop.
9:30 for him.
If it was around 12 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm South India time. I think maybe it changes to north, like if you go up north, but I don't know where he is. But for me, usually
Okay,
it's like
but my actual question was, I
Mhm.
have a link.
Yeah.
It says A minus, but except the link is kind of confusing me as it could be a affirmative or a negative, kind of.
Okay, well, you want to paste it in the chat? I can take a look at
Yeah,
it. Or just
sure.
like direct message it to me. You don't need to like show it to everyone if it's a good card.
This is for my negative though, so I'm trying to
Or
do
it's
for
for your
my
negative.
because I already finished my positive.
Okay, I have an ad blocker on and I think I have to turn that off. Give me a second.
I have mine on. But I did continue to cite like 5 times and eventually it stopped asking me.
All right, continue site. Okay, it just worked.
It might ask you a few times, but I did it like a few times and I just stopped.
Okay. Okay, it stopped, I guess. Okay, let's see.
Well, like according to like the
So
the
what specifically do you want to read? That's my question. Like where is it like the first paragraph? I just want to take a
yeah,
look.
like the part that says that China's economy is not doing so good currently.
I mean, yeah, so like usually, right? So let me share my screen. Yeah, this is a good okay, I need to go to my affirmative case. It's a better example. 1 second. Okay, and then let me share my screen. Okay, can everyone see this? My camera's a little blurry. 1 second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, right? So like this card, it's like it's kind of like I think what Yashme pasted in the chat. I'm not, did you direct message that to me or did you? I can't check now.
But the card
Yeah, the link,
to what?
the source for
The
the
source?
CNET.
Yeah, I direct message to you.
Okay, okay. Anyway, for whatever source he did, he was basically asking like if this is a good enough card, and you said it kind of leaned towards the affirmative side, is that right? Or like had
It
some
isn't lean. It's like I'm using it for my negative one. It's confusing me. As in, it could be like I could have used it for for my affirmative as well.
Okay. So I mean a lot of articles are
As
like
in, like it doesn't tell me not to focus on the environmental change because
yeah,
it doesn't mention the environmental protection at all.
okay.
But it also says that you should focus on the economy.
I mean, yeah, if it says, yeah, if it doesn't mention the environment and it's kind of like halfway on the economy, you can use it as like one of these cards where this is my affirmative case, but basically like what it's saying, it's like we aren't yet doomed. We haven't tipped global climate. It's kind of like stating that like in the negative, this would basically be like, oh, the economy is currently like turning downwards. And then, I guess like China's economy is going to collapse or, they're having
Yeah,
heavy
that sort of.
losses. Like it's kind of like an intro card. So you're just giving context. Like you can always have a card like that. This is like more of like an affirmative. It's kind of geared towards climate change, but you can also say like
You give me a sec. Ishan's calling me, so he might join the meeting.
if it's like 2 a.m. for him, don't like make like I don't want him to join. him.
He's calling me.
Okay, okay. I mean, yeah, just mute yourself and then take the call and then let me know. But basically what Yashmit was saying is like he kind of saw it as a intro, like something he could use as an intro, and that's always fine. Like if you don't think it has like substantial evidence, but it has like good wording and something that could like set up into your other contentions, definitely do that. Like that's always good. Like if you have one intro card, it kind of states that like why is this important? What's happening? Just giving context, and then you can dive into the details like here, like to reach whatever I've mentioned, like like I guess in the first card, it's like
He's joining.
what time is it for him there? I want to know.
Like 11:35 or something like that.
Okay, I think he should probably go and sleep. He can always watch the recording. Just tell him to do
I
that.
know, but he wants to because this is his favorite class. He really wants to.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. All right, nice. Anyway, like as Yashme was saying, he sent me a link, right? So even though it didn't have like, I guess, substantial evidence like regarding like, economic growth and or kind of like supporting evidence to what he's saying that like China should prioritize economic growth. From what I've read, it would be like a great card to kind of like set up saying that, oh, China's currently going in a down economically. They're, I guess, like losing their power as, I don't know, like one of the largest economic producers of the world. And thus,
So,
China
excuse
needs to
me,
grow their economy. Huh?
excuse me.
Someone-
I just joined, so like,
This is
did I
Ishan?
miss anything?
No, not
Yeah.
really. We were just going over something Yashmit sent me,
Okay, so
thing.
I'm joining from India.
Yeah. I mean, if
So
like,
like I think I messed up my timings a little.
no.
So I didn't get to
It's
finish my
fine.
card.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I
So
only found like a source.
no, yeah. So what I said for the people who were like traveling or didn't attend last class was that like if you can't finish like at least one of your cases, I'll just give you a case I wrote in the past, but then I'll also give like the blocks or like whatever it is against the case to your opponent. If you're since we're doing rounds next class. So well, like just generally don't worry about that. If you can just work on your negative case, like I know India, you're probably visiting a lot of like relatives and stuff like that, so don't worry about that. So if you have time, just work on it as much as you can, but if not, I can always give you the case I had before, if that's cool.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. So like generally this, okay, can everyone see? Oh, 1 second. Can everyone, oops. Right here, can everyone see this article?
Yes.
The CNN article, can everyone see it?
This
Yes.
is the one.
Okay, sure. Yeah, cool. So basically, like, just saying, I guess they're like, slowing the growth rate here, since 1976, and they need more economic growth in order to like keep up with their markets, I think here. So yeah, so they're on their, basically all eyes and policymakers are on the strength and sustainability of China's post, COVID recovery economy.
I have a
Um,
question.
Yeah, go ahead, Ishan.
So I didn't find many neg cases.
Mhm.
I found one so far.
So yeah,
Uh,
what we're gonna do is like from this class onwards to next class, we're gonna completely work on the negative case.
oh, okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. So from today till Saturday, or it might be Sunday for you in India, we're gonna be working on the negative case, because I think some people have already started working on their affirmative case and have like good, I guess, like substantial work done on that. But basically, like this card is, or like this source is just basically saying, there's further signs of recovery. China's economy is growing, and then something you could like combine with this is saying that with like China's economy coming out of recovery, this is like a prime time in order to like make some good economic policies in order to grow, kind of China's economy, because currently it's slowed down and we don't want it to like slow down and then start turning downward, right? We want it to like kind of like speed up. So this would be a good intro card, just like, taking this like this is good key points, right? So when you write your card, you can say like China may have marked one of the worst years of economic growth on record. But like short-term data showed things showed things that might, showed things might get better sooner than expected. And then you can say, you can both make the argument that like you can sometimes just take this one sentence and then like I guess highlight it and then like just shrink the rest of it. But that would kind of be risky, because if your opponent asks for your card, then they can say, oh, China's economy is already growing. Why do we need to grow it more, right? But as long as you're kind of like careful with how you construct your argument, like here it's like a prime example. So you can say China has marked one of the worst years of economic growth, right? Growth. And then, you can move into evidence stating that like if this economic growth does not improve, you have this and this issue. And that is why that is our baseline of why we need to improve China's economy, right? And if we don't improve China's economy, we have, maybe like, the US market may collapse for like consumer goods, right? This country will be like impacted. Like there's all these, maybe we'll go into a recession, right? Like all countries, like currently the market's not good in any country, right? Especially the US, like especially the stock market. So, what could be said is that, China needs to improve in order for the world to improve, or else we have these impacts, right? That's a good reason to kind of like take this sentence and kind of build an argument around this sentence. But another way you can look at it is saying that, China's economy is slowly growing, but it's like an extremely slow growth rate and something that like we should kind of be wary of. So, for that reason, we should like improve the economy. Okay, let's see. Okay, so, okay, Ishan sent me another. Okay. I guess for neg. Okay, so is this, what is it saying? Okay, I was trying.
Since the article is long, I took a specific part of it.
Okay, so China's obstacle. No, I think this would be more of an affirmative card because it's basically saying,
yeah,
right? So,
The beginning is the affirmative part. I know I used this source last time as well. You have to
okay,
scroll down, but there's a part that says it should focus on the economy.
okay, where is that? Can
Yeah,
you-
there's a part, so it starts at like China's developing state. Therefore, the task of development is in the foreground. Without economic development, there are no material opportunities for the implementation of environmental protection policy or its creative transformation. Maybe do Command F.
Yeah, what should I search up?
China is a developing state. Semicolon.
Okay, I found it.
Therefore, comma.
I found it. Okay, so
Yeah.
cool. Let me just read this. Oh, that's pretty good. So as with other developing countries, rapid economic development is a matter of particular concern and a urgent need for the PRC. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, okay, this is perfect. This is probably the best piece of like kind of like analysis and evidence you can get from this because okay, so I'll just read it out loud. So only under the conditions of accelerated stable economic development can one acquire the ability to protect and improve effectively the environmental conditions both in China and around the world. So this is perfect. So yeah, this is actually like I think this is a very good argument right here. So what this like small piece like what I've highlighted is just generally saying is that without economic development or economic growth, you can't have environmental conditions. So this is kind of setting a prerequisite. That's another thing in debate where you need to always make your actions a prerequisite to your opponent. So sometimes like one thing you can say is on the value criterion, right? Like they're saying in order to like save people, you need to like support the environment, right? So if your opponent has maximizing societal well-being, saving the most amount of lives, right? Like away from climate change or like basically stopping climate change, you can say that without economic development, you're not going to be able to do any of what you've said you can. So that's why you should like kind of prioritize the negative framework of, I guess, like, whatever you have. So yeah, this is a good card. This is something that's pretty good. Nitya also sent me a link. I'm gonna open that. So is this for the affirmative? Yeah, this is okay. So this is for the affirmative. Let's take a look at it.
It's hard to find negative because there's so many rooting for the affirmative.
Wait, what'd you say?
It's hard to find negative cases because more people are like with the negative. Or sorry, more people are with the affirmative.
No, everyone's gonna do an affirmative and everyone's gonna do a negative. So for last class, what we were doing is just the affirmative side, and then from this class
That's not what he's
onward-
saying. He's saying that in the sources, like actual debaters and people like that, most of them are want to support environmental growth, like realistically.
Yeah, no. So that can always exist, right? That always exists, but you always need to like
Wait,
you need to put aside your like kind of your like biases, basically. Like that's what I do. Like there was one
last
about
class?
huh? Is this Amir?
was
Oh,
the shot.
yeah, Shravani. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I have a different question.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
You showed us one extension where it would like grade your
Yeah, right here.
that you were
Yeah.
using. I installed it on my computer, but I think it's gone somehow. Can you remind us what the extension?
It's called. Can you see my screen? It's called Site Creator. So I can go to. 1 second. Oops. Okay, I'll copy paste you the link here. It's you're using Chrome, right? I think they have it for other browsers, but 1 second.
No, I'm using Chrome. I think when someone else
Okay, I put in the chat. Just open that and then you can add it and it should work. Just make sure you go to your like permissions, which is this spot right here. Go to your permissions. It's like, oops. I need to move some of the meeting chat and stuff away.
we
So-
can't really see it on. I
Those
can't
are
see it.
your options, I believe. Nope, that's not the options. You click, once you download, you can go view web permissions, sorry. And then you can just like, I guess, look at like the websites it's allowed on, etc. So
Mhm.
Maybe that, or one second, I clicked on something. Oh, just, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure. There's a way though. When you just click on your extension, if it's not working on the website, you can just like give it access basically. Man,
Okay.
yeah, that's manage extension. So you
I
like
have
you
a
have to allow
question.
it for on all sites. Okay, I can't tell who's talking.
Thank you.
Ishan.
Oh, Ishan, yeah, go ahead.
So last class, didn't you say that, what was it? Last class, you assigned affirmative and negative cases to people?
I just said like at the end, like just everyone do affirmative and then we'll work on everyone do negative or like
Oh,
whatever
you
you
did?
want basically. It's just basically whatever you want. Like whichever case you want to
Oh,
do first. Yeah.
because since you sent me negative, I did negative,
Oh, have you
and then I
finished it
didn't find
yet?
much. No, I didn't finish. I didn't find many because traveling.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Just like make sure you have at least one case and then I can pair up, if someone has done a negative and someone's only done affirmative, I can pair those two up and we can have a debate like that. But that shouldn't be an issue. Like, don't worry about that. Just work on like, I guess whatever you can do. Given that you're in India and you're like away from home. All right. So
Yeah.
okay, so just for generally, so Nitya shared me a link to a CNN article about the economy. Um, so this is for the affirmative, I believe. So,
You didn't. You're not sharing.
oh shoot. Okay, I did stop sharing. Oops. I accidentally opened up.
I have a question. So,
Arvin?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So the citation thing, it comes like this. I posted you a thing, but it comes like this.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
fine.
okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because yours like had more like a bigger citation thing.
I don't think so. I think that just might be the length of the link because some of the NCBI links are long. Some are like just some like links are longer than others, but don't worry about that. Like you have all the relevant information. You have the author, you have the date it was published, you have the name of the article, you have the larger source or like the publisher basically, and then you have your link. You're fine. That's a good site. Don't worry about that. Like if that's an issue, like I can just help you out with that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that. So let me share my screen again. Okay,
For the
here.
negative case.
Yeah.
Instead of, can we change the title from "The People's Republic of China ought to prioritize environmental protection over economic growth"? Can you just delete "ought to" and then put "should not prioritize"?
No, the resolution is ought to. So the resolution is what they give you. You can't alter the resolution. Even if it's the same name, it's not directly the same resolution, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like there's no point in doing that, to be honest. If anything, you just like waste maybe like half a second saying should not instead of just saying ought to. Or like I don't even know, but there's no point in doing that, to be honest. Like unless like you have trouble saying the word ought to, like you can usually just, if you're the negative, you can skip the resolution. Like you don't necessarily need to say it. I am proud to negate, like resolved. Or I mean, you can usually say it, but sometimes you just clarify to the judge, my name is Bharat Muthuswamy. I'm on the negative side of today's round. And you can just like forego the entire like thing about saying, I negate the resolution, then saying the resolution if you have that trouble. But usually just like state the resolution on the affirmative and don't change any of the words in the resolution. There's like no point to that. And I mean, I just don't get the reason of why you would do that. Like it doesn't like bring any value towards the debate. But just looking at Nitya's article, it's generally just saying that like all their I guess like policies regarding energy vehicles and kind of like improving their environment has had a drop of 10% of like 10% economic growth to below 7% in recent years. Oh, which has dropped from 10% to below 7%. So it's coming at the expense of economic growth. I mean, the argument you can make here if you're on the affirmative is say that like you just have to outweigh. So you have to say all the benefits that come from the environment have to outweigh the detriment to the economy, because obviously it exists and there's like a loss of 56 billion, but you need to kind of make the analysis and make the argument that the environment is worth more than $56 billion. You could definitely say that. Like you can say China's future is worth more than $56 billion. They currently have economic growth, right? There's no lasting impacts to the world's economy nor China's economy. And therefore, this is fine. This is passable. This is, something that brings more benefit than lost. I mean, yeah, it's a CNN article. The the thing will be an A basically. Like usually just CNN like this. I can't even see the difference between like an A and an A minus usually because you have the author's name, you have the date it was published, you have the article's name, you have the publisher, and you have the link. Like there's no difference. Maybe it's like testing the credibility of a source. I don't know if that's a thing, if it has like some database of all like the credibility. But usually you analyze the source, like as long as it has this information, you're absolutely fine. So don't worry about like what grade it gives you. Like don't obsess over that. Just make sure it has the, author, date it was published, name of the article, publisher link. Like that's super easy to do. Just make sure it has that. Okay. So I guess we should get a start on our negative cases. So I've already seen some really, really good links, especially from Ishan and Yashmin and even Nitya. Nitya's on the affirmative, but just like kind of like develop that and try making your cases. Remember each contention. So this is what you should have. You should have whatever resolution at the top just for your own reference. You should have like whatever one AC, first affirmative constructive speech or your case, and then one NC, whatever case it is. Just title your case as that. And then make sure you have maybe two contentions. Like it's very optional. Like on the negative, sometimes you can even have one. Vishnu, have you already finished your affirmative case or no? Almost. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can stick on the affirmative, but I recommend everyone do a negative case so you can like, I mean, if you don't want to do a negative, like that's what Vishnu said to me. You don't necessarily have to, I guess, but I'm trying to have an even split of affirmative and negative so we can have a proper debate. Like I don't want to have like, I guess if there's 7 people, like 17 people, I don't want to have like 12 people on the affirmative and 5 people on the negative. It would be great if you could do a negative. I think it's a good learning experience, but if you don't want to, or you like, you kind of like want to shy away from that, you can, but I recommend you do a negative. Okay. Especially since this is a really good topic, huh?
Could you post some of the sources that like the negative sources that we shared?
I mean, I think people
Like on the Google Classroom.
Yashmin, do you want me to share the sources that you got? I don't know if you want me to do that. Like, I want people to find their own sources. So
I only had one source, so it's not exactly gonna help, even if you.
I thought you posted 2. Oh, okay. Okay.
I posted one, and Ishan also posted one.
Okay, and then Nitya also gave me one. So, that's for the affirmative, but
Yeah, I guess we could.
Okay.
But I mean, either way, we need another contention. So that like we still need at least 3 more sources.
That's true. So, I mean, just like if you need help, I'll find you a source. Like really, just email me and I'll give you a source that I have. But a lot of the stuff, like even in my cards,
Did you do neg?
Huh?
Did you do neg graph?
I did both. I have both cases already. Like this was a November, December topic. Like this was the topic for those 2 months, and I have a case on that already. So I posted on the Google Classroom. Just look at that for reference. But if you need like an example formatting, anything, just take a look at that. Like that's what I recommend, because I think Yashmit, for your cards, they were like really well cut and they had a lot of good information. But it was just that formatting that kind of like caught me off guard. So just make sure you have your tagline, make sure you have your source properly, bold your bold the author's name plus the year it was, I guess, created. And then kind of like shrink, the stuff in between. You don't want to like highlight in clumps. You kind of just want to highlight the important sentences, whatever you want to read. Along those guidelines, like I don't think it really matters as long as you understand what you're looking at. So don't worry about that. Vishnu, I haven't seen your case. I wouldn't know, but may I ask why you like don't think you can do a negative? Okay. I mean, if you just want to like open your mic and tell me, that'd be cool. But like, I do want to make this mandatory. So like, I want to make sure everyone has affirmative and negative case, unless you have like special circumstances like Ishan. Like
I have an affirmative case, but like let's go further for a negative case.
I mean, you can just build an
I
affirmative.
don't have enough evidence. I don't have enough resource for a negative case. I can't find any.
I mean, I saw some pretty good links that people sent, so just take a deeper look. Like even in my case, if you want, just take a singular link.
Okay.
Yeah. Like just take a look at one of the ones I posted in my negative case, just use that. But I mean, okay, you don't know if you so Vishnu, just do as much as you can, and then I'll look at if you can get done with one contention, I'll like give you one contention, like if that makes sense. And then you have basically a case. Like I just want to make sure that everyone has some experience on both sides. Like that's my end goal here. Like I just want to make sure it's a good learning experience for you guys, especially since like I want this to be as kind of like real as possible, because in real debate teams you're gonna have deadlines, you're gonna have to balance your time. So make sure you can do that. So yeah, I guess that's all I can say. But you know, if you don't do it, that's out of my control. Um, I mean, neg is a little harder. I say this is like one of the easiest topics, to be honest, like to argue neg and f. Like this is one of the most balanced topics. So I mean, if neg is really that hard, like you don't want to see the other topics basically. Like some of them are super lopsided. But I mean, Vishnu, I can help you out. Like I put my email in the chat before. Just like email me if you want. And I can always like set aside some time for you and kind of like we can work. That's my email. So I had a couple people like reach out to me. I think Sarvesh reached out to me today morning. So I mean Charvik did. Um, but you know that's all. It's all cool. So just make sure you can like work on what you need to work on and try to get as much as like you can, as much as you can done before next class. I can even extend it one class because I don't think we have that many classes. It only goes until the end of July. So um if just do as much as you can, like even if like I can even do the formatting if you want on your cases. Don't worry about any of that. Just I recommend everyone to get started at least on one case today. So I believe Ishan, were you working on your negative case already?
Yeah, I started
You had like
barely.
one source, right? So just continue working on your negative case. Um,
Is it
so
okay if I don't do affirmative? Cause like,
I mean, yeah, you're in India. That makes sense. I had to attend like a college level course when I was in India, and it was not pleasant. So I haven't seen your app, Vishnu. Did you post it on the Google Classroom, or like do you already submit it? Okay, you post. Okay. I mean, yeah, Amir, if you want to do a neg, I can help you out with it. I think that's a good idea. I think neg is like a really like good side for this debate, especially since there's a lot of like clever things you can do. Um, wait, well, no, sorry. Vishnu, I don't see your I only see two submissions and I don't see yours there. Wait, are you on the Google Classroom? Yeah, I don't see you on the Google Classroom. Are you on the Google Classroom, Vishnu? Mine is a private, okay. Um, so what I recommend you do is you attach the Google document to the assignment so I can see it at all times. Like I can always give you help. Like, um, I I don't know where. I don't think you're on the Google Classroom. Is your name V Ku on Google Classroom? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. But I saw that, but just try to like attach it because uh, yeah, I need access. Like it doesn't automatically give me access. That's the issue, I think. 1 second. Yeah, I still need access. So um okay. Okay, Shravani sent me. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a look at like just send me any links you want. I'll give you feedback on like whatever you think is good. If you have any issues, like if you're also traveling, just let me know. I can do as much as I can for that. So or like I can help you out with that. So I think everyone should okay, access updated. All right. Oh, okay. 1 second. Yeah, this is a really good card. I'd say it's pretty good. Contention 1, reducing pollution, and then you have all your stuff. Okay. You probably want to make one or 2 or 3 cards is good, at least, like just make sure you can do that. I think Vishnu, I believe in you, and I think you can make a neg case if you can, but like if you believe in yourself. If you made 2
Wait,
cards, try to put 3 in one contention. Yeah, what's up, Yasmin?
When I get a new source, do I have to bold the what is it called? The author's name?
Yeah, just the author and the year is published. So
Okay, okay.
the author's like, let me put an example, Mark Bob or something, right? And it was published, I'll put this in the chat, published in 2021. What you put next to your source, like in larger letters and in bold, because that's what you read. So it's like, okay, then you put Bob 21. That's what you put like that. That is your, I guess, like site, I guess. So when you're reading, it's like, I guess like climate change hasn't happened yet. We can still stop it. Bob 21 states that, whatever you want to say, like instead of reading like, I guess the site is only there for formatting purposes and making sure your opponent and judge can both see what your source is. And if it's like a legitimate source, that's all it's there for. But for the author, like you want to state the author. Okay. But I think Vishnu, just make, at least finish your affirmative case. Like that's what I want to see at the end of the day. So just make sure you can do that. For those who haven't finished a case, can I just know where you are, like how much you've done? Like Pranav, how much have you done? You can just put in the chat if you don't want to speak. Okay, I think Pranav just left. Okay. Wait, Tejasvi, can you like tell me how much you finished? You can just direct message
I
me.
finished half of the case.
Okay. So just like, was that, are you doing affirmative or negative?
I'm affirmative.
Okay. Suman, how much have you finished of your like case?
I didn't start my negative case yet.
No, what about your like affirmative case? Like how much you've done on that?
I didn't start that either because
Okay.
I didn't attend the couple few,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
and also I didn't have the Google Classroom link for a few days. So,
Okay, that makes sense. Then I guess you can start on the negative since we have a lot of
but
affirmative.
now I have it.
Okay. So is it cool if I assign you to the negative side? Is it okay if I do that? If you like haven't started working on it,
My network connection is unstable, so I can't hear anything.
oh, okay. Just I'll put in the chat. So, okay. I put in the chat. Just say yes or no. Surabhi, are you doing an affirmative or negative case? Okay. Ahana, are you doing an affirmative or negative case, and like how much have you finished if you've started? Okay. Okay. All right. I guess like if no one has any other questions, I just like I can give you like 10 minutes to like kind of, I'm a little bit confused with my website. Is it okay if I do that? Yeah, I think Shravani, just do a negative. Like I'd appreciate that. There's a lot of people are doing affirmative. Like I think just stick to whatever you started. Okay, yeah, Nitya. So yeah, just finish like your affirmative side. Like I think the source you gave me is pretty good if you can use that. And if you can start your negative case today, that's also that's good work. So I'd appreciate that. Yep. Thank you, Shravani. So how do you make it work? So so for the site creator, to answer Tejasvi's question, you have to go to the permissions. So let me share my screen. So you go here. If you have it, if it's on Chrome, you just go here. And then 1 second. You go to manage extension, and then it should take you to it. Okay, it should take you here. And then you should access it on all sites. So that way you get everything, and then it should pop up. If not, I'm not too sure. I don't know how to troubleshoot that, so, yeah, okay. So everyone has an affirmative, so, I mean, if you can, just do affirmative and negative, but for, Ishan and other people, like, as much as you can, just, um. Okay, yeah, someone, you can do negative, yeah. But like, if you haven't started, just do negative, but if you have, like, whatever you started, finish that, so. Okay. So I think Yashmin has already finished affirmative, and I think a couple other people maybe have done an affirmative, so. Maybe from a week from now, not like next class, a week from now, you want to have both sides done. Like, I'll post like, yeah, no, it's fine, Menu. But it's good you told me in all caps, or else I might have not seen it. But I guess like start researching that. I've seen some really good sources so far, like some really good sources, especially from Yashmin, Ishan, and Nitya. So just make sure you can, I guess, use those sources to the best of your ability, and I guess like create a good case. If you need any help, I posted my email, so just make sure, like, if you don't have my email, like just like put something in the chat, and then so I have sources already. I've put a example source or like example case on the Google Classroom, and there for each of my cards I should have a source. So just take a look at that. That should be fine. Yeah, and you can, the link will be there, so just copy paste the link into your browser or whatever you and then you should just be able to like look at that and kind of like maybe extract different evidence or same evidence. If that answers your question, Amir. Okay, cool. I mean, if we don't have anything else, I can end class here, and I just want to make sure you guys work on your cases. I'll post like a reminder to work on your case, like maybe like before next class, and hopefully everyone gets done with like a good portion of what they have, at least half the case, and then I can help you out with the other half. I just want to make sure again everyone has my email, so they can reach out to me. I'll post my email also in the chat. I might have it. Okay, I don't know what you did, sir. So affirmative case, but you flipped it around. Okay, that's pretty interesting. But I'm assuming everyone has my email. Does anyone have any questions? And if not, we can go ahead and end the meeting now. Because it is a little bit delayed, and I think you guys have to eat lunch, especially like Ishan. I think he has to go to sleep. So
It's
Um,
12, it's 12:18 a.m. for me.
12:18 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share your doc with my email. That's fine. Or if not, you can just like attach it to the Google Classroom assignment. I should see it both ways. Yeah, 12:18 is pretty late. You should probably head out like
I still have jet lag, so like
yeah,
it's
okay,
fine
yeah.
for
So
me.
yeah, I thought jet lag. Wait, when did you get there?
I got here yesterday at like
Okay.
8:30.
Okay. So yeah, jet lag is still pretty fresh, but I've always noted that like the jet lag going to India is like a lot better than the jet lag coming back to the United States. I don't know, that's just me.
When I got jet lag once,
Mhm.
the thing I did was just like sleep for an entire day. Then I got like I just
I do the opposite. I don't sleep. I make sure I stay awake. Like at least in India, they give me a lot of tea and coffee, so I mean it helps out.
like in America they're not like when I came to America,
Uh-huh.
so that's why.
Yeah, it should be 12 a.m. for Ishan because it's like 12:18. It's like basically midnight. Yeah, Ishan, like just do like I'm not expecting a lot because I had to do like a college course, like a computer science course from my local um community college just for like for fun. Like it's called dual enrollment, and I had to do half the course in India, and it was like all the classes were like 11 in the night or like 12 in the night even. So it wasn't enjoyable, and I kind of get that. So um I understand if you can't finish everything, but um you guys can go just like I guess like work, take a rest, eat
Okay,
lunch, or whatever you want.
I don't know what happened, but I think my Google is broken. So I copy pasted a text in,
Uh-huh.
and the text that has the word ITS. So then Google says you have to fix it to IT apostrophe S.
Uh-huh.
So then so then auto corrected. Then when it becomes IT apostrophe S, it says that you have to fix it to become without an apostrophe. and it's infinitely going.
Okay, so that's funny. I mean, maybe that's a software bug, maybe that's something else, but like a lot of things, not everything's perfect, even the computer stuff. So, okay, that's pretty funny, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot to say anymore. So, does anyone have any questions? Yashmit, Manu, Tejasvi, Sarvesh, Ishan, Amir, Ria, Shravani, Shivani. I'm just gonna say everyone's name. Nitya, Ahanas, Survi. If anyone doesn't have any questions, I can go ahead and end the meeting. It's a little late. I think probably most of you guys are waiting for lunch, I'd assume. If you're in California or like on the West Coast at least.
I finished lunch like
Okay.
20 minutes before.
Okay.
Imagine eating lunch.
Okay.
I
lunch at 3 and I'm in California as well.
oh wow. Okay.
We can leave.
All right. So I'm gonna allow you to get
Oh, okay.
eat lunch, and especially Ishan, get some sleep or like do whatever you want at night. Like maybe you can work on your case if you're like severely jet lagged. I mean, that's what I would want optimally. So I could give you some.
Drink 5 gallons of tea, Sean. You'll feel better soon.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye. All right. See you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah. You too. All right. Bye. Bye, Nitya. Ahana, are you there? I'm gonna go ahead and end the meeting. Bye.